You pay them to keep you safe, but a new test shows not all of them can keep up.
Yeah, Colorado Springs police now require officers to take a fitness test, and not everyone's passing. KRDO News Channel 13's Emily Allen is investigating. So, Emily, question is, how many are failing?
James and Heather, it was just a small percentage of the force that did not pass. But the results aren't about a number. It's also about your safety.
And it's an extremely important job to keep in shape for.
But sometimes getting in shape is the toughest part. Woo! But these cadets at Pikes Peak Community College don't have a choice. If they want to be in law enforcement, they have to pass a fitness test.
Very important. Life or death.
We have 14 more weeks to go.
For trainer Christy Johnson,
you're almost there.
It's personal.
They're the ones out there online taking care of myself and my children.
But their teacher, Kathy Lebrecht, says it's what happens after their test that counts.
During the academy, they worked hard on their fitness, and then over half would just slip off.
So this year, Colorado Springs Police put its sworn officers through physical abilities tests. Of its 628 officers, 25 failed. 3 of the officers that failed this test were in their 30s. But a majority of the officers were in their 40s and 50s. Those who failed are on light duty. They can't run after or take down a suspect.
A lot of criminals are young, and so they're in their, teens and 20s.
Lebrecht says it isn't about just getting the bad guy.
Law enforcement officers routinely die from heart attacks and other stress-related diseases because they're sedentary. So on an officer's shift, it's basically, if it's an 8-hour shift, it's about, 2 seconds of high intensity and 7.5 hours of sitting in a car.
For these cadets, every mile will give them a fighting chance on the streets.
Could mean that I'm not going home to my family. Could mean that I kissed my daughter the last time that morning, or said I love you to my wife for the last day.
So even though it's tough, they keep going.
Oh yeah, good run.
A physical challenge that never really ends.
Good job. You did it.
9 of the officers that failed this test initially have gone back, taken it again, and passed. Now, as for Police Chief Carey, he has declined our request for an interview at this point, but says that he will talk about this test as soon as more of his officers pass. In Colorado Springs, Emily Allen, KRDO News Channel 13.